This is CBC Here and Now.
I'm Anthony Germain, live at the St. John's Farmers Market, and it's not just for weekends anymore. They've been holding the market open on Wednesdays for the last month or so. We're going to check in with the farmers, entrepreneurs, and artisans to see why this place has become so popular throughout tonight's show, an episode of Here and Now. Carolyn?
Thanks, Anthony. I'm Carolyn Stokes, and here's what else we have tonight.
The Muskrat Falls debt is not a ratepayer issue. Your electricity rate should not and will not pay for that failed Tory legacy project.
Your power bill won't double. The Premier says ratepayers will not be on the hook for the Muskrat Falls debt. So who will? And?
Oh, it changed a lot. Like everybody says, it's a bad neighborhood. It's not.
The community center here is very, very helpful for us.
People feel a great sense of pride in living here, a sense of pride with the community center.
25 years later, Buckmaster Circle celebrates a milestone, and we look at how the community center is helping the neighborhood change. Well, some big news today, a bombshell, in fact, about power rates in this province. Premier Dwight Ball, at the start of a by-election campaign in St. John's, announced that electricity users will not shoulder the financial burden of the massively over-budget Muskrat Falls project. Still some big questions, however, about where the billions of dollars will come from to pay for a hydro project that Ball describes as needless and misguided. Here Now's Terry Roberts is live in our newsroom tonight. Terry?
Well, yes, Carolyn, not that we needed any reminding, but it was made clear today just how high the stakes are in this by-election. The Liberals surprising everyone with a new strategy related to Muskrat Falls. It started out, as you might expect, for a by-election campaign launch. A room full of smiling Liberals. There to support this man, Paul Antle, on his quest to become the MHA for Windsor Lake. But any sense of a pattern disappeared when Premier Dwight Ball said this.
The Muskrat Falls debt is not a ratepayer issue. It's a debt issue, and we will deal with that debt like we've dealt with other government debt.
That's a big deal. For years, ratepayers have been bracing, worried about skyrocketing energy bills because of the troubled hydro project. But Ball says that won't happen, and the cost of Muskrat Falls will not be factored into electricity rates. He says the Public Utilities Board will set the rates, and he believes that will benefit customers.
But over the last 8 years, rates in this province have went up by a penny. What happens when you kick them out, like the Tories did in 2012, you get projects and burdens like Muskrat Falls.
In other words, Ball is guaranteeing that power rates will not double, as many have asserted, in order to pay the estimated $13 billion it is costing taxpayers to build Muskrat Falls.
Ratepayers can't afford 16-cent power in our province right now. You'd be looking at, an increase that we would end up subsidizing.
So where will the money come from? Ball says the answer to that question is still being worked on, and many options are being explored, including a possible bailout from the federal government. But further tax increases are not on the table, says Ball.
People in this province right now, they need to know the certainty that electricity rates will be left affordable.
The timing of this new strategy can't be ignored, with Antle preparing to square off with PC leader Ches Crosby. A critical test for both the governing Liberals and the opposition, with a general election fast approaching. The shortest possible writ period, relief for ratepayers, a political strategy to put pressure on Crosby, and a reminder to voters that Muskrat Falls was a Tory decision.
Well, it's amusing they kept this marvelous announcement locked away in the Liberal vault until this very moment. If Mr. Ball had a fund of credibility and trust with the voters, then it might be a problem. But when he makes vague announcements promising pie in the sky, I don't think people are much impressed.
Well, we'll find out just how impressed Windsor Lake voters are very soon. Government announced today that the by-election will take place September 20th. Reporting live from the newsroom, I'm Terry Roberts for Here and Now.
And as Terry mentioned, Dwight Ball made that announcement at the campaign launch for Paul Antle. He's running for the Liberals in the by-election in Windsor Lake. As you saw, the Tory candidate is PC leader Ches Crosby, and the NDP has not yet named a candidate. Antle will be familiar to voters. He ran for the Liberal leadership and in other elections. He spoke about that today during his campaign launch speech.
Now, as most of you know, I've run before without winning. Losing stings. But if you fear losing, you can never win because you will never try. Believe me, I've learned far more from my losses than I have from my wins. And I believe if you have a desire for public service and have something to offer, when the opportunity comes up, you step up. And those who know me know this: I don't give up.
Now, just a moment ago, you saw PC leader Ches Crosby campaigning. Well, our Terry Roberts was tagging along to get some scenes for that story when he witnessed an interesting event. Crosby knocked on a door and was surprised to see a familiar face.
Oh. I apologize, dogs.
You know what? I didn't know this was your house. Totally.
Well, that's Tori, my dog.
Mm-hmm. Tori the dog, all right.
Kicking up all that fuss. Nice to see you.
Good to see you, Kathy.
How are you?
Yeah. I'm well, thank you.
Your campaign.
What's not to like about a day with weather like this for campaign?
It's beautiful.
I'm sure you've campaigned in far worse weather.
I hope so.
So, I hope I don't have to ask you how you might be leaning.
Thank you very much. You have my full support.
Thank you, Kathy.
All the very best.
I will be in touch.
Well, Kathy Dunderdale wasn't only the former premier, she was also the MHA for that district, Windsor Lake. And no, this was not staged. Crosby really didn't know that she lived at that house. Well, if you're a homeowner in St. John's, you may want to brace for higher property taxes next year. Councillor Dave Lane says it's likely that the city will have less revenue coming in because the assessed value of many homes has decreased. Lane says council may have to increase the mill rate to make up for that loss.
It's the bigger homes that have gone down in value because less people are buying them. They're less appealing in a downward economy, and lower property values have gone up. And so when we were looking ahead, we were looking at up to a 5% decrease in our revenue due to all of this.
And the 2019 budget will be released in December, but consultations will be held this fall. Well, the Buckmaster Circle Community Center is celebrating 25 years since they opened their doors. The community center is at the heart of one of St. John's most well-known public housing neighborhoods. Well, today, staff, clients, neighbors, and friends took a moment to savor what they've achieved as a community. Here Now's Kate McGilvery has that story.
The fun was on today in Buckmaster Circle with face painting, games, music, and treats. It's a scene that might have been unlikely a few decades ago. The area was once known for crime, with few programs to help residents find their footing. The community center's executive director says they've come a long way.
Although there may be some social issues years ago or whatnot, we've certainly grown beyond that, and people feel a great sense of pride in living here, a sense of pride with the community centre.
At the center, you can tune up your resume, join in on a round of bingo, or enroll your kids in programs geared towards everyone from preschoolers to teenagers. Longtime residents say they can see the difference it's made.
Oh, it changed a lot. Like everybody says, it's a bad neighbourhood. It's not. Half of the stuff that went on, it came from outside of the neighbourhood, people coming in, hanging around. But it is. It's a great place to live. You got the centre up there. You can go to them for anything at all.
Another thing that's changed? New faces from around the world. Plenty of new Canadians have chosen to settle in Buckmaster Circle, and the community center is there to support them every step of the way.
The community center here is very, very helpful for us. In fact, it's the thing that keeps me to live in this community, because it is easier for the children when they are out of school.
When they come here, they need that support, and they need to be able to find out how they go about improving their lives here. And the work that's done by Bonnie and Andre and her people here at the community center is critical to that.
That work can help a parent find a job and gives kids a place to go after school and during the summer.
I just do homework, get breakfast, get help with my homework school, this kind of thing, have fun.
We go to kinds of park, we go to beach, and we go to swimming pool. and we do stuff in the center, like bracelets, coloring, dance.
With all of that going on, the center is a busy spot. It typically serves 200 or so families, about 600 people in all. Kate McGilvery, CBC News, St. John's.
An investigation has determined that fisheries officials failed to provide a whale rescuer with proper protective headgear on the day he died. That's according to a Canada Labour Code report obtained through an access to information request. Joe Howlett of Campobello, New Brunswick, died while rescuing an endangered North Atlantic right whale in July of last year. The whale was entangled in fishing gear. When it was finally freed, it flipped its tail, striking and killing Howlett. Howlett was a volunteer, but he was on a Department of Fisheries and Oceans boat that day. The report also criticized the federal government for not having an effective national policy on whale rescue. The mayor of Toronto is asking the city to come together to help house more than 1,000 people displaced after an apartment fire.
I was sleeping and suddenly I woke up. I see that the bad smelling is coming into our room, and so I just opened the door and see all dark with smoke.
Flames broke out in the early afternoon yesterday at a downtown high-rise. About 100 firefighters battled to contain the fire. Everyone got out safely with no serious injuries, but authorities say it could be days before anyone who lives there can go back home. There's a temporary shelter in place, but Mayor John Tory is asking hotels, Airbnb hosts, and homeowners to offer up a room if they can. Back here at home, the Newfoundland Distillery Company in Clark's Beach is in need of juniper berries. The award-winning alcohol maker says 97% of the flavor for their seaweed gin actually comes from juniper berries. When the company started, it only needed a few hundred pounds, but with increased production, they now say they need a few thousand pounds. And if you're interested in helping them out, they pay about $7 a pound, and they'll come to you if you can make it to their operation. If you can't make it to their operation, in Clark's Beach. Well, the town of Happy Valley Goose Bay wants to ban the plastic bag. Recently, town council polled its citizens asking what, if any, regulations people in the town would be in favor of. Here now's Jacob Barker sat down to speak with one town councillor who wants to see the bags disappear altogether.
Well, embarrassingly, these are just some of the bags that I've amassed over the past few years shopping in Happy Valley Goose Bay. And when I showed them to Town Councillor Lori Dyson, she spared no judgment. What do you think of this?
I'm having a little trouble believing the fact that you actually had all of these bags in your house. Times that by how many people are actually in the community, and you're looking at the same thing, right? So it's a bit disturbing.
What's happening right now with the town? What are you proposing, or what are you looking at in terms of dealing with this kind of waste?
Interestingly enough, I think it was 94% of the people said that they would use, these types of bags if they were provided. A lot of people don't want to have to pay for them, and a lot of people don't want to have to pay for plastic bags, but at the end of the day, it is what's best for the environment. Ultimately, the town would like to move in the direction of banning the plastic, but it has to be a collaborative effort. We have to talk to all of the stakeholders, the stores, the corner stores, the grocery stores, and everything. So it'll be a big job to do if it happens.
This is something that you put out to the public, and I did have a chance to go down and chat with people. Do you want to hear a little bit of what they had to say?
Sure.
All right.
I think if they work in tandem with stores to, provide affordable alternatives, then yes, I think it's certainly something the town should pursue.
I think it's good to get rid of some of the bags. I mean, I use some of the shopping bags at home. I use them for garbage bins and that kind of thing, but you end up with way too many, and then we can't recycle them here, so it's a good thing.
What about telling stores like this that they have to either put a price on bags or get rid of them?
Absolutely. Absolutely, 100%. We're way behind. We're way behind. Our town and our province are way behind in recycling.
Is there a solution for me right now? If I wanted to deal with this, what can I do?
You're a lost cause. After what I've seen you bring in here today, you're a lost cause. No, seriously though, it still boils down to education, and it still boils down to people's desire to look after the environment. I mean, the land is such a big part of everything that is Labrador, and we're not in a city. So, you know, you've got these local businesses that are locally owned, and, you know, they want to be part of the consultations and how this happens for sure. I mean, I've talked to local businesses, and it's something that they want to sit down to the table and talk about. So, there's still a lot of work to do, basically. But if the town says, yeah, we want to move towards banning the plastic bag, then that's what we have to do.
Thanks for talking with me. Do you want a bag?
No.
Okay.
Well, time now to check back with my co-host, Anthony Germain. He's live from the St. John's Farmers Market, where for the past month, they've been setting up shop not just on the weekends, but also on Wednesday nights, too. Anthony, how's it looking down there?
Fantastic night. I'm at Saucy Sweet, which kind of embodies my next guest, Andrea Monder. Andrea, tell me the idea behind this business.
Well, it's a passion project for me, Anthony. It's something I've been wanting to do for ages, and when the market expanded to the new location, I was able to come and be a vendor. So it's all the stuff I love and love to make, and it's great for me because I can get instantaneous feedback from people. It's wonderful.
So what are all these little jars and syrups that we see here on the table? And I'm going to introduce two tasters with us in a moment.
Sure. So in the beginning, like down this end, are syrups for making cocktails or beverages. So a tablespoon or so in sparkling or still water. Add the libation of
the
your
grown-up
choice.
side of the table.
Exactly. Or you can just have them as virgin cocktails. Then I have hot sauces and sweet and hot pepper jellies. And down the end are chutneys, mint sauce, and peanut sauce. So it's kind of a range of things.
Okay. All right, well, let's bring Megan and Lori into this. They have volunteered to be our taste testers. Okay, so which ones do you want to try first?
Oh, I think I'd like to go for that bake apple mojito. That sounds delicious.
Bake apple mojito. All right, well, let's see what our taste testers think.
So
Bake
normally
apple
I
mojito.
would put white rum with that, and then there is lime and mint in there.
Okay, here you go.
Oh, that's nice.
Mmm.
It's like citrus.
Exactly.
I get Really the citrus good. And the bake apple is in there too. Oh, that would be so nice in a mocktail or a cocktail.
Exactly.
All right.
There's a little bit of there's fresh mint in there as well. So if you have fresh mint, you could certainly add it, but you don't need to muddle. This is just good to
Mug
go.
it?
Muddle.
Muddle it. Okay, let's not.
No muddling required.
All right, and let's take a look at. So, which was the second one we're going to try here?
Strawberry daiquiri? We can try that one if you want. The ruby rhubarb? Yes, let's do ruby rhubarb.
Ruby rhubarb. So, tell me about that.
So that is, I get the entire crop of rhubarb twice a year from this lovely couple in St. Mary's.
Yeah.
And then I steep this rhubarb syrup, and it's just the most beautiful, vibrant color.
Okay.
And
all right.
so I really like it with gin.
Okay, give her.
Oh, that's nice and tart.
Oh,
and sweet. That is lovely. It is, yeah. You get that nice combo, that nice tartness, but that would be lovely as well.
They're not on the payroll, right?
Nope, no, not at all.
Okay, so we've had sweet. Can we try hot?
Yeah, so down at the very end, the red one is, I call better than sriracha. And I love sriracha sauce, but what I love about this one is it's not more than hot. So it's got lemongrass, ginger, and garlic.
Woo.
And that one is quite spicy, so really nice for Thai or anywhere you'd use hot sauce.
Okay, so a hot sauce. Shall we try it? I'm gonna join you on this one.
Let's do it.
Go easy? Okay, let's see this. Yeah. Whoa! Whoa!
That's got a kick.
Oh my God! That's like French kissing Satan. That is whoa! Thank you very much. I have to go now. My eyes are watering up. Thank you so much and good luck.
My pleasure. Thank you, Anthony.
All right, Carolyn.
Have you ever tried transplanting underwater? Scientists are busy doing it here in Placentia Bay. I'll tell you why. Coming up on Here and Now.
Take Charge Business Efficiency Program. Over 570 businesses have saved energy and taken charge of their bottom line. Find out how you can too.
Time now for a look at your weather forecast, and lots of weather on the way for Labrador. But we're going to start with a look at the highs today. If you're in the east, it started off pretty cool, but as the day went on, temperatures did bump up to 22 degrees in St. John. Some nice warm temperatures in Badger, 25. Cooler along the coast there in the northern part of Labrador, just 13 degrees in Nain. Lots and lots of showers headed that way tonight. We have a rainfall warning in effect for the western portion of Labrador, and a special weather statement in effect for the Nain Hopedale area as well. 30 to 60 millimeters of rain coming for the west, 15 to 35 for the rest of those areas highlighted there. So yeah, it's going to be pretty wet for the next while. This is the system that's moving through tonight. You can see how heavy it is. Lab City getting some possibility of thunder showers there on the island, looking at mainly cloudy skies overnight tonight with a chance of some showers down along the south coast there and in the west. So yeah, 30 to 40 millimeters of rain could fall in Lab City tonight with some thunder showers. 11 degrees as the overnight low, 5 to 10 millimeters for the Nain area, about 2 to 4 for Happy Valley, Goose Bay with more rain on the way. Fairly clear on the island, as I mentioned, with temperatures around 15 degrees overnight tonight. So tomorrow morning, looking at a fairly decent day temperature-wise, starting off at 16 degrees in the St. John's area. Now there's a chance of scattered showers throughout the day, nothing too heavy. A better chance of some showers along the south coast and for the Burin area there. And yeah, that rain in western Labrador is really going to keep going tomorrow morning and throughout tomorrow during the day. You can see here it is tomorrow morning with lots of heavy rain pushing towards Nain throughout the day, so it won't be until the afternoon when that really heavy rain is going to start there, and we have lots of rain in the Straits as well and along the south coast here. So lots of showers to watch tomorrow, and as we get into Thursday evening, you can see that rain is still coming down in the northern part of Labrador. So we're looking at a humidex value tomorrow in the east of 30, so it should feel pretty warm. Temperature high of 24 degrees in St. John's with some scattered showers throughout the day. Winds fairly gusty as well. Southwest 30 gusting to 60, so it's going to be a bit breezy. For the south coast, about 2 to 4 millimeters for the Harbour Breton area, 21 degrees as the high. Some hot temperatures and a chance of showers for central areas. And for Burgeo, could see a bit of heavier rain as well, about 5 millimeters there. Humidex on the west coast, 28 degrees, so it's going to be pretty muggy there as well. For the Straits area, 5 to 10 millimeters of rain coming tomorrow, so it's going to be pretty showery there. And for Happy Valley, Goose Bay, looking at 10 to 15 millimeters of rain there. And Labrador City, still looking at 10 to 20 millimeters more of rain falling there. But tomorrow, it's really Nain that's going to be getting the heaviest rain. Could see up to 30 millimeters in the heaviest showers. Well, there's work under the water of Placentia Bay to improve habitat for fish. The Centre for Fisheries Ecosystem Research is doing some transplanting. Here now's Peter Cowan has more.
The waters of Placentia Bay are beautiful. They look pristine, but when you look below the surface, it's a very different story. The water used to be filled with eelgrass, but it's disappeared. That's a big problem for the fish that call this area home. That's why divers are busy replanting eelgrass. They've taken these from other areas and they're now putting these pads of eelgrass on the bottom to try and regrow it. Well, why eelgrass? Turns out it's a very important species.
Eelgrass is an important habitat for juvenile cod, also for small sea run trout, because they provide a refuge against predator. So at the end, it's an important habitat for some of the key fishery around the region.
So what happened to the eelgrass? Scientists think it may be the invasive green crab that's at fault here. It's made its way into this bay and started digging up the eelgrass. In order to make sure that those crabs don't do damage to this fresh eelgrass, they've put traps around to try and get the crab out of the bay. It's not just crab though, there's a lot of economic activity in this bay that is a problem for fish species. Things like oil tankers that make their way through here. And that's why scientists say there needs to be more of a focus on restoring habitat here in Newfoundland and Labrador.
we tend to overlook the importance of habitat and coastal habitat for different fish stock and fisheries resources. And I think as we move forward, paying more attention to actually the coastal habitat and the importance they have is really key to the future success of fisheries here.
Transplanting eelgrass is something that's new for Newfoundland and Labrador, so over the next year scientists are going to see how well it works. The hope is if they find success here, they'll be able to do this in other areas as well. Peter Cowan, CBC News, Placentia Bay.
A lot of people dropping by the St. John's Farmers Market, not just for the veggies, but to pick up some fantastic food. Foods from all around the world. Coming up after the break, I'm going to go outside and talk to some of the local farmers who sell their stuff here on Wednesdays at the Farmers Market. Welcome back to Here and Now, live at the St. John's Farmers Market, because something relatively new has happened here ever since they changed locations at the old Metro Bus Depot on Freshwater Road. Now they're open on Wednesdays. They've been that way for almost about 5 weeks now, and so we thought we'd check in. And my next guest is someone who, this is her first Wednesday, right?
That's right, yeah.
All right, so Renee, I'd like to ask you, you've got some beautiful vegetables here. What's the farming been like this year?
Well, it started out very slow. Our spring was very cold. June, of course, as you remember, we had snow. So it was really hard to get our vegetables radish was planted and get the seeds in the ground. But once the weather got good, it got up and running, the heat was good, and then we got some rain, and things are really growing well now.
Particular veggie that you're most proud of?
Oh gosh, everything is nice this year. You know, our beets are really good, onions are good, potatoes are really nice. Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Now, you've been farming for a while, right? Now, your husband was too shy, or so he claimed. I see he's over there hiding. How did you become interested in farming?
I fell in love with a farmer, and it's a long time ago, almost 40 years ago. We've been married 35 years now, and we've been farming ever since. Yeah, but David is a fourth generation farmer from his father and his grandfather.
Right, where are you guys located?
Upper Gully, CBS.
Right. But farming's a lot of work, right?
Oh yes, a lot of work, and it has to be a family affair. Everybody has to be involved.
Right.
Yeah.
And you mentioned, your husband mentioned to me off camera that you have to really love it to do it. Is that an accurate assessment?
Most certainly, yes.
Yeah.
You have to love to do it, or otherwise you wouldn't do it. You have to battle the weather, the environment, the insects. You know, you have to like to do it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he told me he was down on his knees weeding, and someone told him, "But you got to love this work to do that."
Exactly. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you've been married almost 35, 40 years, right? And which one of you works harder?
Well, I think David probably works harder than I do because I work off the farm as well. So David probably works physically harder than I do, I think.
And last question for you: what's the farmers market been like? Because you're here on weekends, even though this is your first Wednesday.
Yes, farmers market has been good since we moved to this new facility. It's been busier. The space is bigger. It's been good. It's been good. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Seems pretty busy too.
It has been. Saturday is much busier than today, but yes, it's been busy.
Yeah.
Very.
Well, I'm going to ask one of the questions, one of the organizers, a bit later in our special show here tonight, because I practically had to park in Mount Pearl.
Yes, yeah. On Saturdays you can park in Taxation Centre parking lot, but today you're not allowed, of course. So.
Probably the only time you actually want to park in that taxation center.
Exactly.
Listen, thank you very much, and good luck with the future Wednesdays, and I hope the more of the plants and crops start coming in. Thanks.
Yes, thanks very much. Okay.
GMC sent a team from Detroit, Michigan to Cape Spear this week to launch its new Sierra. I'm Jeremy Eaton, I'll tell you all about it coming up.
Welcome back to Here and Now. Well, one of the biggest auto manufacturers in the world chose St. John's as the location to launch its new line of 2019 pickup trucks. GMC sent a fleet of trucks from Detroit to set up shop near Cape Spear. And to help promote the launch, it flew journalists in from all over the world. Here Now's Jeremy Eaton was there.
GMC wanted to use this province to show off its truck ability to perform in rugged terrain. And today, they got a typical St. John's Day of rain, drizzle, and fog. But that didn't dampen spirits.
The landscape's beautiful. The weather is always enjoyable. The town of St. John's, we did a lot of walking around there, spent some good money, and had fun there. And the people are extremely pleasant, nice, helpful.
The drive up to Cape Spear was a little foggy, but GMC did its best to stand out by setting up these biodome-like structures. A fleet of trucks and a large team from Detroit came up over the weekend.
This place felt so special when we came here to visit it, not just because people here rely on their trucks to live daily, whether it's food foraging or fishing or doing all of the different work that they do, but also for fun.
All week long, the motor company is showing off its 2019 Sierra Denali to about 100 automotive journalists from all over the world.
We'll have about 70 U.S. journalists, 20 Canadian, and then 10 that are coming from the Middle East, so a bunch of different countries out there.
One of them is California-based Sean Holman. He travels around the world writing about all things automotive.
Come to a place like this that where you've never been, and you can kind of tell your friends and family I'm closer to Ireland than I am to home right now is pretty cool. But also just to be able to soak in the culture as part of the job.
These journalists will hit the road in the new trucks heading to Harbor Grace and Heart's Delight. Maybe do a little bit of off-roading in a truck like this one and learn about the land.
Working with Chef Jeremy Charles and doing some food foraging and kind of helping our journalists understand kind of the local flair and why that's such a critical piece of people living here.
So if you happen to see a fleet of GM trucks on the highway this week, don't be alarmed. It's just GMC showing off its new line of Sierra trucks, something that it'll continue to do until Friday. Jeremy Eaton, CBC News, St. John's.
Well, it's been a busier than normal summer for Humane Services in St. John's. The facility has seen an explosion in the cat population and is now asking for the public's help. Here Now's Ryan Brockerville reports.
It's been a busy summer at the St. John's Humane Society. Cats keep coming in, but not enough are going out. The facility has been at capacity for most of the summer, so it's been a struggle to keep up.
In about a 24-hour time span, there was over 25 cats that were picked up and brought in here, which is a huge influx. Normally, the capacity here is 65 cats and 20 dogs. So when you take almost 50% of the capacity in at one time, so we're literally busting at the seams here right now. There's probably close to 100 cats, or it might even be a little over 100 cats.
Korab says the reason there are so many cats is that too often people think cats are disposable.
So it's unfortunate that happens. So, we always encourage people, if you're going to get a cat, make sure you've got a plan. Cats can live almost 20 years, but you can budget on 15 for sure. So have that plan when you're getting it, because it is a family pet and it isn't a disposable pet. It should be part of the family.
Korab says you need a plan if you're going to be a pet owner, and if you adopt from Humane Services, they can help.
It's $138. They all come spayed and neutered, which is a big thing that just got brought in now. All our cats go out like that, because that is one thing that perpetuates the overcat population, is not getting them spayed and neutered. And as I always say in the words of Bob Barker, get your cat spayed and neutered, the great Bob Barker. But they come microchipped. They also come, there's a full medical examination done. They have leukemia test, they're dewormed. They have the flea check done on them, and they come with 6 weeks pet insurance.
With Humane Services at capacity, there's no better time to come down and get a cat like these guys. Ryan Brockerville, CBC News, St. John's.
Well, making it to the age of 100 is quite a feat for anyone, but for one woman in PEI who's celebrating the milestone, hitting the century mark is all the more remarkable when you hear how her life began. Steve Bruce has more.
When anyone hits the century mark, it's undoubtedly a cause for singing and for the standard question, what's your secret? How'd you make it to 100? Perhaps a better question for Annie Laird, how'd you make it past birth?
I was too stubborn to die. It's an amazing miracle, maybe the grace of God that kept her alive.
Or maybe it was the shoebox, one even smaller than this one. It's where Laird, born premature in just 1.5 pounds, spent her first few months of life.
We weren't very old when we would hear Mom say, well, I was only 1.5 pounds when I was born. They kept me on the oven door in a shoebox, fed me brown sugar and water. A long way from a little shoebox.
It was a makeshift incubator thought up by Laird's mother at a time long before real incubators or even hospital care were common, before premature babies were expected to make it even some of the time.
1918, there certainly weren't the equipment that the babies born now would be able to take advantage of. Her mother was an amazing woman.
They couldn't believe I survived.
Not just survived, but thrived. Her kids say the only evidence of Laird's premature birth, a turned-in foot that's made walking difficult her whole life. But that's hardly slowed her down.
It certainly never kept her from doing anything, working on her farm, walking from Breadalbin on the railroad tracks to Emerald, to an Irish concert. It's just amazing that my mother could have been born as tiny as she was and be here today for her 100th birthday.
Here with her 3 children, along with some of her 7 grandkids and 14 great-grandkids too, who perhaps wouldn't exist today if not for Laird's creative mother, a shoebox, and a stubborn baby. Steve Bruce, CBC News, Crapo.
All right, Andrea, please tell me that I'm not the oldest person that has been one of your customers.
No, I've painted as old as my grandmother. I paint the young and the young at heart, and I'm pretty sure you're younger than she is.
Younger than your grandmother, that's great. Coming up, our final look at what's going on here. I've always wanted to try this. I'll spin some questions to the chair of the St. John's Farmers Market. That's coming up. How do I look?
Almost done.
Welcome back to Here and Now. Before I get to the weather, I just want to show you a wild video courtesy of the Gander SPCA. Yep, that's a bald eagle. This guy was rescued from Fogo with a broken wing. From there, he was ferried to Farewell and brought to the SPCA in Gander until conservation officers could transport him to Salmon Nature Park. Quite the journey in just a few days. A lot of people hoping that guy will make a full recovery, myself included. Looks like he's doing pretty well there. Well, the big weather story is, of course, the rain tonight and tomorrow in Labrador. We do have this rainfall warning in effect for Lab City and a special warning, a special weather statement, rather, in effect for the Nain, Hopedale area and Churchill Valley. 15 to 35 millimeters there, but 30 to 60 millimeters of rain expected in the west. And that's all starting tonight. Should be getting underway right now. You can see this system that's going to be dropping all that rain on Lab West. On the island, we're looking at some shower action along the south coast there and mainly cloudy skies overnight tonight. As we get into tomorrow morning, still those showers coming down in Lab West and moving towards Nain as well. Straits looking at some pretty heavy showers in the afternoon as well, and some shower action pretty much for the entire island tomorrow. Not nearly as much as what Labrador is getting though. So chance of showers for the east and 24 degrees. Going to feel more like 30 with the humidex, so it's going to be quite warm. For central areas, chance of showers there throughout the day as well. Temperatures in the mid-20s, and on the west coast, we're looking at about 23 degrees with some heavier showers there, and also winds gusting up to 50 there, so it's a little bit breezy. Now for Labrador tomorrow, 10 to 20 more millimeters on top of the 30 to 40 that fell the night before. Another 10 to 20 millimeters of rain for Lab West tomorrow, and a chance of thunder showers. Nain will be getting the bulk of the showers tomorrow, upwards of 30 millimeters of rain in the heaviest showers, 10 to 15 millimeters for Happy Valley Goose Bay. So as we move into Thursday night and into Friday, you can see this band of showers moving across Labrador, and the Avalon Peninsula really will be the one getting the heavier showers on Thursday night into Friday morning, but you can see that will clear off on Friday afternoon, and things are looking quite nice as we head into the weekend. So for Friday, we're looking at those morning showers, temperatures in the mid-20s as well for central areas, mainly cloudy skies, sun and cloud for the west, and 23 degrees, and a chance of showers for the east, and sun and cloud for western Labrador, and some cold air moving in with that band of showers, 13 degrees there. So Friday evening, things are looking pretty good for the island, a chance of showers for Labrador, but it's nice and clear as we head into the weekend. So yes, Saturday is looking great on the island, sun and cloud across the board. Temperatures 23 degrees in the east, 28 for central and for the west. For Labrador, a chance of showers for the east and west, and temperatures around the 20-degree mark there. So yes, the weekend is looking really good. I'm very excited about this Saturday and Sunday. Monday, sun and cloud, and temperatures in around the mid-20s there. So things are looking great. A nice warm trend happening there as well for central Newfoundland. Temperatures getting up in the higher 20s, and some cloud moving in on Monday afternoon. For western Newfoundland as well, the weekend looking fantastic, and some showers moving in on Monday there. For eastern Labrador, few showers there on the weekend and in through Monday, and some cooler temperatures as you head back into the work week. And for western Labrador, yeah, looking at a few showers on the weekend, still lots of wet weather for western Labrador over the next few days, and temperatures dipping down to 12 degrees on Monday. So now I'm going to throw it back to my friendly neighborhood co-host at the St. John's Farmer Market, superhero Anthony Germain. How's it going down there?
Pretty good, and we're going to wind down our coverage of the St. John's Farmers Market on Wednesday, something which is brand new to the city and the region, in just a moment with the chair of the board here, Josh Smee. But first, I need to apologize to you for inflicting my Spider-Man fetish on you. I apologize for that.
It's hard to say no to the face paint lady. I know how it is.
So listen, 5 weeks of Wednesdays. How's it gone?
It's gone great. It's been really nice. We've seen so many new faces down here on Wednesdays. I think there's a lot of people who can't make it on Saturdays, one reason or another. Maybe they go to the cabin every weekend. Maybe there's just too much running around to do. So when I walk around on Wednesdays, I see a mix. You know, the familiar faces from years gone by, but so many new ones, and new vendors as well, which is always nice. Wednesdays made some space.
So many people talking about the weather that we've had. That must have been a boon to all this too, right?
Oh man, got to thank Carolyn Stokes for that one. This has been one heck of a summer. And when we're introducing a new public space to St. John's, it's been so nice to have great weather. People have been spending all their time sitting outside here on the benches, sitting out on the lawns, really making themselves at home, and that's exactly what we wanted.
It seems almost like a lifetime ago, but when I was on the St. John's Morning Show, I think 3 years ago, you talked about this plan. And here it is. How does it feel?
Oh my goodness. It's been in total 6 years of planning that went into this. And it's such an incredible feeling. And, you know, it's so incredible just to feel the excitement that the whole community has for it, you know. So big group of passionate volunteers. We've been working on this behind the scenes forever. And so everyone's on cloud nine.
All right. Now, one question, of course, I noticed, I haven't been here on Saturdays because I really couldn't get close enough to it. The parking, it's a problem, but it's also a sign of success. So what's being done to resolve that issue?
For sure. So we're definitely getting there. On Saturdays, folks can use the CRA parking lot off of Empire Avenue. And so as people have learned to head back there, we found it's really smoothing out. You can almost always find a spot. We've also got 2 lots out here on Terranova Road and on Freshwater that people can use on Wednesdays and Saturdays. But the big thing is just hop on the Farmers Market website. There's a pretty good map up there that shows you exactly where to park. There's plenty of parking in and around on these lots and in the neighborhood. And Metrobus just launched a dedicated little trip planner. So if you want to come down here by bus, there's bike racks on the go as well. So we're trying to encourage people to diversify. So definitely a good problem to have, but it's definitely smoothing out since the first few weeks.
Okay, Josh, well, it certainly is a big success. Everybody talking about it, and there are worse things than having people, you know, jamming the area. So congratulations, and thanks for inviting us here this evening.
Thanks so much, and we'll see you next Wednesday.
Okay, hope so. All right, Carolyn, that's me. I got to try to get some of that makeup remover stuff, I guess, although I don't really want to take it off, to be honest. It's a strange thing. I'll send things back to you for the picture for the picture of the day, so you can erase this from viewers' minds.
It looks great, Anthony. If you need some makeup remover, I have some back here. So awesome.
All right, I'll see you tomorrow.
Thanks, Anthony. Yes, time now to look at our viewer photo. Look at this beautiful shot. The water like glass, some mist in the background. Wouldn't you just love to be there right now? I'll let you know where in the province this shot was taken after the break. Welcome back. A woman is dead and a man is in critical condition in hospital after an explosion that leveled a house in Kitchener, Ontario.
All of a sudden a big bang, and the lights went out and things were flashing, then ran upstairs out of the house, and the neighbors were all out yelling, "Get out of the house, get out of the house."
That happened in a quiet neighborhood just after 8 in the morning. Emergency officials say the victims were not in the home, but in the backyard. They don't know how it happened, and they add they won't be able to determine if there was any criminal intent until they examine the property. 3 other homes were damaged in the blast. And rescue crews in British Columbia are trying to keep up with a new type of cliff jumper. People attracted to a popular canyon in North Vancouver by social media posts. Many of them are unfamiliar with the local terrain, but as the CBC's Mickey Cowan reports, deterring would-be daredevils is a tricky balance.
It's a thrill these young jumpers can't get enough of, launching off the rocky cliffs of Lynn Canyon into the icy waters below.
That's about it. A little bit of adrenaline, you know, safe fun, you know.
17-year-old Liam Patrickson has been doing it since he was a kid, starting on ledges a couple of meters high, growing up to nearly 20 meters in the air. Despite signs warning people not to jump, he says it's not as dangerous as people might think if in the right hands.
I know what I can do and I know what's safe for me, so I'm not going to go above and beyond and do things I don't think are safe.
I almost fell backward. Patrickson thinks the real issue isn't locals like him. He says tourists try to take on too much too fast.
Sometimes you get tourists coming here who want to show off to their friends and jump the 60-footers right away, and you have to see there's a process. It's like skiing or biking. You don't just go do the double black diamonds.
It's something officials on the North Shore are grappling with. Social media is popularizing a lot of local spots, making them a tourist destination.
We find that a lot of people are coming to areas like this and they glorify it, and they don't accurately reflect the extent of the risks. And what it often does is you find a lot of other, mostly younger folk who come in and wish to share that same experience.
Mayor Walton says he fears the problem will likely increase. Fire crews have already rescued around 15 injured people from the canyon this year. All of them survived. However, there have been multiple fatalities. Over the past 24 years, 30 people died here. But stopping jumpers isn't easy.
If we ended up fencing out huge areas here, there's no question that people would just simply go around the end of the fences and may even access an area that's more dangerous than some of the areas that are being accessed now.
So they're opting for an awareness approach, signs showing where people have died, and crew on hand during the busy months to explain the risks.
The changing water conditions, the depth of the water, underwater hazards that they may not know about or take into account. We try and bring those to their attention.
The city says whether it's locals or tourists, safety at the canyon is unpredictable at best. The water level and temperature changes quickly. Any amount of cliff jumping puts rescuers' own lives at risk. But so far, that's not enough to deter everyone.
I look at it as a trade-off. Friends of mine do drugs and stuff, and I don't do that. I get this, but...
Mickey Cowan, CBC News, Vancouver.
Well, it's time to look at our viewer photo of the day, and this looks like a nice, safe place to go swimming. Where was this photo taken? It is the West Coast in beautiful Bon Bay Pond. Thank you so much to Bruce Thibault for sending this into NL Photos at cbc.ca. Just a lovely shot. So that's it for us tonight here in the studio. But before we leave you, I want to head back to the farmers market. It's such a beautiful night out there. Might as well take one last look at all the people puttering around. Such a great place. If you have time to stop by there tonight, lots of things to do and see. Thanks so much for joining us, everyone. Have a great night.
The shot of the spicy thing there.